What's up, guys?
How's it going, Nick?
Yeah,
Just your overall good. Just your overall impressions, of this offense. 10 training camps in, it's sort of your comfort level and how you think things are progressing with this offense.
Well, the great thing is that it's kind of new for everybody. Like we got a new OC in here. Everybody's kind of along the same learning curve. And I've noticed drastic changes every day. I think we're improving in different areas every day. We're competing, which is what you want to see from a football team. And, we're just bringing energy to practice. And that's one thing that is pretty vital to like a young team like us. We just got to make sure we have that energy every day, make sure we're building that chemistry and learning plays and make sure we're on the same page as much as possible. And that's what I'm seeing so far. And it's firing me up.
Next up, Ryan O'Halloran.
Hey, Nick, Pat Shurmur ran a lot of 12 personnel last year in New York with Evan Ingram. Here with you and Fant, what are the challenges that poses a defense with that personnel up for you guys?
I've always been a big fan of 12 personnel. I always think, man, if you get more big bodies out there, it creates so many mismatches, especially when you got some two big athletes out there who can just own the middle of the field in the pass game. You got a guy like Noah Fant who can just, run, just about any route, run past guys. And you got someone like me who I can find the void and, run crisp routes and just be able to get open. It creates those mismatches. Then at the same time, guys like us in the game, you don't know if it's going to be run or pass. So it just kind of gives the defense, kind of puts them on their heels a little bit, not really knowing, what's going to happen. Just makes things more unpredictable. And I just think it helps in the run game so much, just stealing the edge. And it's good for the outside zones. And it's just – I've always been a big fan of 12 personnel. I might be a little biased, but I've always been a big fan.
Next up, Jeff Legwold.
Nick, kind of touching on that bias, I just wondered if you have always hoped or believed you should be more involved in the passing game than you've been at times in other stops.
Yeah, I think a competitor like myself, I want to be as involved as I can. The thing about me is I've always had great hands. I've always been able to make contested catches and be able to, make catches anywhere outside my frame. I think the thing with me is that, I guess each year I've gotten better at my quickness, gotten better at running routes, I've added some speed. And I think this year is by far the best I've felt. And I feel more like a receiver, more athletic, where, I can run these routes that these other guys can run. And, that's my goal, just me coming to a new team like this. I just want to – it's almost like another chance to reprove myself as a player, that I'm not just a blocker. I can go out and I can run crispy routes. I can get matched up and create some separation, make a play. And I'm just trying to display that as much as I can.
Was that
Next up, go ahead, Jeff.
I'm sorry, Seth. Is that one of the attractions, Nick, to come into a new team is you can sort of start with a clean slate in some ways? Absolutely.
It's a new, fresh start. I think the team kind of has an idea of what you are, obviously, by studying film on you. But, I worked my butt off in the offseason. This is, I took my diet seriously. I took my training very seriously. I busted my ass. And this is by far the best I've felt. And, I just want to go out and show them that, and just kind of surprise them, wow, we didn't know Nick was this kind of tight end. And that just kind of drives me every day.
Next up, Andrew Mason.
Over the years leading up to this, when you can be a good pass-catching tight end, but the opportunities aren't there, kind of like you mentioned, how do you kind of maintain that focus and keep a good positive frame of mind when you can do it, but you're not getting the shot?
I've always been a team player. I did that in college. When at Ohio State, when you got a guy like Zeke Elliott in the backfield, chances are you're going to probably hand off the ball a little bit more than passing the ball. And, I didn't get too many opportunities in college either, but you know what, for me, I get the same feeling of making a dominant block as I would if I made a first down catch or a touchdown. I've always been a team player. I just love the feeling you get, when you dominate somebody. And that's what drives me, it gets me excited. I try to spread the energy with the whole offense, try to get them excited, and it just becomes infectious. And that's all I do. I'm just a team player, and I just do what's ever asked of me. But obviously, like you said, I want to be able to show as much as I can so they can see that and be like, okay, well, you know what, we can put Nick in this situation and trust them.
Guys, just as a reminder to please use the lower hand function if you know I have a question. Next up, Brandon Cristal, go ahead.
Hey, Nick, last week we talked to Drew. He described you as a monster. Is that how you describe yourself? And then in April, you told us, you know, you were excited to get to work with him. How's it been here for these?
I mean, obviously, those are some kind words from Drew. But, yeah, I've always had high expectations for myself. I think any competitor would. And, you know, I've always felt that, I'm a two-way tight end. You know, I can do what's asked from me in the run game, and I can, you know, run the route, like I said, create the mismatch and make a play downfield. And, you know, coming to a new team, obviously, that drives me more to be able to display that. Because, you know, first impressions is everything. You know, you want to show what you can do, especially without preseason games going on this year. You just want to show what you can do during these practices and take every opportunity as you can. As far as the chemistry, you know, I think, you know, that's going to come with each day when we practice, when we're talking the language, you know, while we're watching film or we're on the field. You know, if we were a little disconnected, you know, just kind of talking like, okay, what'd you see there? You know, stuff like that's going to get us on the same page. And obviously, you know, when we make plays, you know, if he trusts me in plays and I make them, you know, I'm going to keep building that trust with him, and the chemistry is just going to keep building from there.
Next up, Rod Mackey, go ahead, please. Rod, you should be unmuted. Actually, let's just go to Zach Stevens. Thanks, Zach.
Nick, what have your first impressions of Albert Okwuegbunam been on the field?
Man, I mean, I don't know where to start. Dude. He's just – I think he's the real monster. Dude, he's just so physically gifted. I think the thing with him is that, you know, he's kind of raw right now, but I don't say that in a bad way. I say that like, dude, if he keeps building on it and keeps figuring it out, he's gonna be one of the best tight ends in the league. I mean, just how fast he is, how built he is. I mean, dude, I really do believe if he can figure it out, dude, he's gonna be a scary dude in this league for years to come. Like, I really do believe that.
Last one, Ryan O'Halloran.
Hey, Nick, how unique of a skill set does Noah Fant have?
I mean, anytime you get a tight end who runs a 4.5, who can catch the ball the way he does and who can run the routes he does, I mean, that's so rare to come by in the league. And I think this year, you know, I think last year, you know, he might have struggled a little bit blocking, you know, but I think this year, you know, he put on the weight. He took the offseason seriously. And you can tell that, you know, you can tell that this is his coming out party this year. He's taking everything seriously. He's competing. He's running every play as fast as he can. You know, he's giving great effort in the run game, blocking wise. I think that's, you know, one thing he wants to improve on. He wants to be more of a complete tight end. And I mean, when you're in a room with guys like that and Albert and, you know, Jake Butt, Film, Beck, I mean, this is my 5th training camp, and I can honestly say that from top to bottom, this is the most competitive room I've ever been in. You got guys who can do it all, and not to mention, I mean, they're great football players, but they're some of the best guys I've been around, and I've had a ball being here so far, and man, it's gonna be anxious. I'm gonna be anxious to see what's gonna happen for our room and for this team, because the things I'm seeing right now, I mean, I'm getting pretty excited just to think about what's going to happen down the road.